Hi guys, in my last video, I took you through how to get ChatGPT to generate a prompt for you to use to create a particular fashion style of what you have in your image, what you have, as your idea of a fashion style that you want to sew. I took you through that. And then I showed you how to use this prompt to generate an image with Canva Dreamlab. And then from there, I took you through how to create a PDF downloadable pattern that you can actually sew. In that part one, we were able to create the front part of our fashion style. This is part two of that video. And in this part two, I'm going to be taking you through how you can create the back part. And we will still be using a completely free CAD pattern drafting software called Simly 2D. If that is what interests you, then let's get started and let's continue from where we stopped in part one of generating your PDF patterns from an image. Hi, my name is Enorita James, and welcome to my video once again. In my channel, I take you by the hand and I show you how to transit from manual pattern drafting to digital pattern drafting. And I try to use free CAD pattern drafting software. In this video, we are going to be doing part two. In my last video, I showed you how to create the front part of this, as I said initially. In this video, we are going to be creating the back part of our PDF downloadable patterns. And we are going to be using Simly 2D. Now, this is the front piece that we did in part one. So I will recommend that you first go ahead and watch to see how we created the front piece. And then you can come and watch this one where we are going to be creating the back piece. If you just landed on this video and you don't know anything about Simly 2D and how to use it, but you want to learn how to generate PDF patterns using a completely free CAD pattern drafting software like Simly 2D, I have 11 episodes of taking you through how to download Simly 2D, taking you through all the pattern drafting tools of Simly 2D. Because if you do not know and understand how to use these tools, you will not be able to draft this. So if you're new to CAD pattern drafting and you want to learn it as a beginner, I would advise you go through the 11 episodes. They are rich, they are simple to follow, and I took my time to take you through how to learn this. This is something that people pay to learn, but I've decided to do it, offer it to humanity. So please, if that is what interests you, go ahead and watch those videos so that this will not be confusing for you. Having said that, let's continue with today's video where we are going to be creating the back part of our design. To do that, you can see that only this place is highlighted for now. You just go here and click on the one you want to work with, and that is the back part. The very first thing I need to do is to remove all these numbers. It's too busy, so that we will not have any kind of confusion. So whenever you want to use this, remove the numbers so that you will have space, you'll be able to work with your pattern. And to do that, I will just come to here where I created groups. If you don't know how to create groups, please watch episode 4, I think. Either episode 4 or 5, where I showed you how to create groups on Simly 2D, where you can hide some of the pattern pieces and the pattern points to help you, you know, change this to whatever style you want to create. So click on this eye and everything, is removed. And this is where everything is, right there. You can see them here. So now the first thing we need to do is to close this dart. You know we need to shape the shoulder to make it small. So we need to close this dart. I want to close this dart and shift it to this particular place here. So to do that, if you watched this video, you will know how to do that, but I'll still do it here. We're going to be using this tool, this rotate tool. So you click on the tool and then you're going to click on all the points you want to shift. We're going to be shifting point 28, point 29, and of course point B9. Those are the 3 points we are going to be shifting. If you know how to do your dart manipulations manually, it's exactly the same thing, just that now we are doing it digitally. So we are shifting all that. And then I think we are going to, no, we don't need to shift this. Okay, let me see. Should we shift this upwards and shift 29 to 28? I think that might be better. We shift it upwards, we shift 29 to the position of 28. Okay, so first we click on 24. Then you press your shift button on your computer, go to B9, go to B29. And that's where we stop. And then we hit the enter button. And then we're going to click our pivot point, which is B20. And you see that, see it there. You see those pink dots. You see that there. Okay. So what we are doing is that we are shifting this 29 to meet the point of B28. That's all we are doing. So once that pink dot is at B28, we just hit our mouse and this box comes out and then you click on OK. So you see now that B9 has shifted to here. See this point here? So that is going to be the new point of our shoulder drop. So we are going to connect B7 to B9, B1 to form the new shoulder length. And that's what we are going to be working with. So to do that, we'll just go to line, click here, and then we connect B7 to this. And that is our new shoulder line. So that means this curve now, the sleeve curve is going to be starting from here. So bear that in mind. So what I'll do now, I'll need to see if I can hide some of these two, so that it's closed. So let me go here to operations, come here. If you want to hide in a group, that is the tool that you click on to hide whatever points or line on your pattern you want to hide in your group. So this is the one I think I want to hide this. Shift button, I want to hide this. And I want to hide this. Then those are the three I want to hide, and I'll hit on enter and it gets, this little box comes out and I click on OK. Sometimes if it doesn't, what I do, I just remove it. I just remove it so that I don't have any confusion. So you just highlight it and then we just remove it since we don't need it again. So good, even this B19, I don't need it again. That means it's attached to something. Okay, let's shift this a little bit. So now we have our shoulder. What I want to do now is to lift this up a little bit. This is B17. Remember, we are doing a sleeveless. We need to lift this up a little bit by 1.5 centimeters. Now, to do that, we come to point, and we're going to be using this tool. So we click on it, and we come to B16 to B17. And then here we are going to use this fx to get a formula. Now, the reason you try as much as possible to be using this formula in Similitude is because if you want to convert this to another size, you don't need to generate the pattern. Because you'll be using formulas, all you need is to use your multi-size measurement set, and it will just automatically adjust itself. I think in my last of a video before this one, I told you what multi-size is and how to create it on Similitude. You can go ahead and watch that video by watching my Similitude playlist. So if we go here, we are looking for a line. So we're looking for a line length. We click on it, and the line we're looking for is from B16. So let's just write B16, and that is how that is B16 to B17. Double click on it, and we want to add plus 1,5 centimeters. And we click on OK. And we click on OK. So you see there, B30. So that will be the new length from here to here. So we are going to go back to line, and we are going to click on this tool, and we are going to be joining B16 to B30. So this here is our new sleeve. Sleeve will come from here, B9, B1. It will curve and stop here. You know, that is the new sleeve. But remember, we need a shorter shoulder, just like this one, which is about 3 centimeters or so. So that's what we are going to be doing now. I believe you're enjoying this video. But if you're watching this and you feel that this is a little bit too complicated for you, then click the link below to get the pattern for this style for your own size. I have from sizes 32 to 46. If your size is not within that size, I also have a video to show you how you can adjust the patterns to fit your body shape. So click the link below and get your own pattern and make your own clothes to fit your body shape. Let's continue with the video. Our pattern is very clean now. I've hidden everything in this group, so I have space now. So the first thing we need to do is to get this tiny shoulder. It's supposed to be a very tiny strap that sits just at the center of your shoulder, slope. So to do that, we just use the same method we used for this, only that the values are going to be just a little bit different. So first, let's get from B9, B1 towards this way. We are going to move 3.5 centimeters. To do that, we take this particular tool, click on B1 to B7, and we want it to be 3.5 centimeters. We click on OK. So that's the first point. So now let's get the second point of the shoulder strap. Bring this here. We'll do the same thing again. From here to here, this time we are taking 3 centimeters. Now you can decide to take 4 centimeters, depends on you. But whatever centimeters you take, it has to be the same with what you took with your front pattern piece so that they will align together. For the front, I use 3, so I'm going to use 3 for this one again. So, okay. So that is our shoulder. So that means I'm going to draw the sleeve curve from here to meet B30. That's the new sleeve curve. Now let's do the neck drop. We use the same tool. We are dropping the neck by 5 centimeters. That's about 2 inches or so. So we do that 5 centimeters. Okay. So that's the new neck drop. So let's just draw the neck drop from here now. We're going to drop our neck to here. And then we're going to draw our armhole, new armhole to here. So we're going to be using curve I'm going to use a single curve. So I'll use this one. So first I'll do from here, here to here. So I'll curve it where I want. Let me shift this so I see it very well. So just curve it the way you want it to be curved. I think that's okay for me. And then let's draw the new arm hole. We'll use that again. Going to be from here to here. This new one. And then we'll curve it. Okay, I think I'm okay with it like that. So the next thing we are going to draw our princess, that's for the back. But first, remember we need to join these to actually form the shoulder. So we'll now go to line, use this tool. We're going to be joining B32 to B31 to form that line. So next, let's get the midpoint for this. I think I don't need this anymore. Can remove it so that we see what we are doing very well. So this I'll adjust it again. I don't like the way it's sitting. I'll do it later. But let's get the midpoint so that we can do our princess, back princess curve. So what we'll do, we want a midpoint here. So we'll just go back to the curve and then we are going to use this. So we'll go there, highlight it, and then we go to FX. We're looking for curve length and we're looking at B30. That's the only one there, B30, B31, and we're dividing it by 2. I have to work on that. So we divide it by 2. Similitude is really easy once you get the knack of it. It's not really so complicated. So we now have B34, that is our midpoint, and then we're going to extend this by 5 centimeters. That's about 2 inches, you know. So we'll now go to this line, come here, extend this a little bit. What did I use? I used the wrong thing. I was wondering. We're using points. This one. Go up a little bit, and then we are looking at 5. You can use 4, between 4 and 5 inches up. So we're looking at between 4 and 5 centimeters, please. And here, remember when you're going up is 90 degrees. We are going to put our 90 degrees here. Please watch my other videos so that you will not be confused about this. So this is our B35. So now we are going to draw the line from here to here. And then that will be this tool. We are going to use this tool. And we'll draw from here to here. So now we are now going to find the midway between these two to be able to curve it. Find midway. We're using this tool to find the midway between this and this. And yes, that's what we need. And here we are going to go about 3/8 of an inch to be able to curve. So we'll now go to the stool, go up here, and 3/8 of an inch is 0.95 centimeters. Okay, so we're now going to do a curve from here to through here to here to here. So we are going to be using our spleen. Go here, we are using spleen because it's more than one. Go from here to B37 to B35. Eh. So, and we are going to hit enter. So I'm going to pause the video and shape that up, and then we'll come back and see what our pattern looks like. So I've gone ahead to clean up the patterns once again. I've removed every extra thing, I've hidden it there in our group. So you now see the neck, the back neck, how it's going to be. That's the shoulder. And then I've given it a color to help us when we're extracting it. This is the center piece to come like this, go like this, and come like that. And this is the side back piece. It will also go like that and come like this. Now, what I have done extra, remember we had this curve here from B31 to B30. You need to split the curve so that you'll be able to extract the pattern, you know. So I had to do another curve from B31 to B34, which is for the center back piece. And I did another one from B34 to B30, which is for the side back princess, that piece. Those are the two extra things I did. So I gave it different colors so you see. And then of course I hid some of these things here. I can always hide all these ones again, not to cause confusion, but it won't confuse me. I can hide it again. So now we are done with that. What else did I do? I don't think I did anything else. I just did new curve here and new curve here. So what we need to do now is to extract our patterns, because we are done with it. We extract it and label it, and we are done with our sleeveless top. To extract your pattern, once again, you come here to piece, you click on this symbol, and then remember we're going clockwise. So let's extract this one first. So we can go from B16 to B27 to B18, and we click on this curve. The curve starts from here. You need to click it to here, to here. And then we click on this second curve, and we are done. So we'll just hit on enter and OK. And we can always see our pattern when we come to this place, piece, and that is our pattern. Click on it and bring it here. This was our front pattern. This was our front pattern with the pockets and everything. So this is the part of the back pattern. So that's one of it. Let's go get the second one. That's this particular one, center back piece. Do the same thing. We'll go to operations. No, we go to piece. We go to this symbol, pattern symbol. And we're starting from 26 to B1 to B33 to this curve to that curve to B32 to B31 to this particular curve to this curve. And then remember the curve goes through B37, goes through B35, goes through B18. And then we can hit enter. Okay, we go back there, and that is our second centerpiece. So you see that there. So that is how it's supposed to fix in. So the next thing, the next final stage is just to label the pattern pieces. I've I have a dedicated video showing you how to label pattern pieces. So what I will just do, I'll label this so that in the next stage, I'll just show you how to print it out into your PDF pattern. Our patterns are ready. This is the front part with the pocket, the back part, and they are all labeled. So what you need to do now is to go to layout. Just click on layout. Remember to put this at A0. I've tested all. This is the one that works. If you watch my series, my Simly 2D basic tutorials, where I talked about how to print out your PDF patterns. I took you through all the settings of how to print out your PDF patterns. So once you hit on your layout, just click on OK, and that is the layout. So once the layout showed itself as it is, you now go to here, this particular square showing the arrow to export your layout. Now, this is where you either export it in this format, this orientation, or is in this format. In that other video, as I said, in details, I showed you the difference between the two. You can try the two and see how many pages comes out. The one that gives you less sheets of paper, you go for it. But there's no way you can test it out except to actually print it and see the number of paper you're going to, not to print it, to actually download it. So you see the number of paper you're going to get. And ensure that the path here is on your desktop. Here, this is what you will see. It's on your desktop. If it's not, you click on browse to be able to get it to be on your desktop where you see it, to be able to check out how many pages of A4 that this pattern is going to take. Remember here too, here file format is PDF tiled files. PDF tiled files, because if you click on this drop down, you see a lot of formats that you can export it. You can export it in different formats, but ensure that it is PDF tiled files. That is the beauty of Simly 2D, because you can even export it and go and use it in other pattern drafting softwares. So, but I want it in PDF tiled format. That is the one we'll be able to put together and then cut it and put it on our material to cut. So that is it. Once that is done, you just click on save. Yes. So we'll look for it. That is it here, right here. So I'll click on it. You see I have 24 pages of it. Just right here is 24 pages of it. It's 24 pages. That is the pattern. That is your PDF pattern you're going to put together. So now we can try the other way and see how many pages we are going to get. So I'll just remove this, delete it, so there will not be any confusion. I will delete it. I will go back to Simly 2D and I'll go back to export. Then I'll go here and I'll click here. This was landscape. I want to make it portrait now. Let's see how many pages I'm going to get. I'm going to save it again. And then we'll look at it. That is it there. And I have 20 pages. So you see, this format is better. At least you save 4 sheets of paper. It's not much, but it's something. You save 4 sheets of paper and you still have your patterns that you put together. So that is it. And you can see these patterns. Once you print it out, it shows you where to cut, and it shows you numbers showing you that 4 of 4. That means 4 sheets should be together as 4. I'll do a dedicated video showing you how to put together simply 2D PDF patterns. So with this, I've come to the end of this video. As I said, watch part 1 so that you know how to do your front piece and you know how to do your back piece. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe. And of course, see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed the video. But if generating PDF patterns with Simly 2D seems a little bit too complicated for you, but you want this pattern to be able to make for yourself a simple sleeveless summer top, just like the one we just finished, then click the link below and buy your PDF patterns at a very, very reasonable price. I have from EU size 32 to EU size 46, I think. So if you're interested and you really want a pattern but you don't want the stress of actually designing it yourself, I've got you covered. Click the link below and get your own pattern and sew your own sleeveless top. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for patronizing me and buying my patterns. Stay blessed until my next video.